Hello there, keen painters. Welcome to our first Colour of the Month painting guide video. In this series, we'll explore how to use your Citadel Colour paint range to get some exciting colour combinations and army schemes. Our first focus will be on how to paint vibrant orange. We'll be showing you this on a Hearthkin Jump Pack Warrior from the Trans-Hyperion Alliance. This is a really cool and versatile method that you can use on various other armies that we can find in Warhammer 40,000 and Age of Sigmar. We'll be showing you some examples of these at the end of the video. Now, the first thing that we'll need to do is undercoat our model, and for this scheme we'll be using Grey Seer. This is because it is a lighter tone for the undercoat, but still has great coverage and allows us to get straight into our scheme. It'll keep the orange bright and reduce the amount of layers that we'll need to build up the base coverage. So, the first thing we'll need to do is get some Jakera orange onto our palette. Add a little bit of water into it until we have a nice milky-like consistency, so it runs nicely off our brush. Then we'll be applying this all over the void armor areas of our Hearthkin Jump Pack Warrior. When applying the base coat, remember not to paint over the same area repeatedly when the paint is wet, because this will cause a buildup of texture which we want to avoid. Wait for the layer to dry completely and then come back to do more coats to get nice coverage. It is always better to do multiple layers of thin paints rather than one thick layer, as this will obscure details of your model. Now that we have a nice base layer of Jakera orange on our void armor, we can see that it is very desaturated compared to the reference imagery. So, what we need to do now is do a layer of Trollslayer orange over the top. The reason why we don't do Trollslayer orange first is because this paint is quite thin. Therefore, using Jakera orange first gives us a great base to go on. Look to cover all the void armor areas. However, if you want to be a bit more advanced here, you could leave a bit of the Jakera orange in the recesses to give your armor some natural depth. Okay, our void armor is looking nice and vibrant. What we need to do now is add more depth to it. To do this, we'll be using Contrast Magmadroth Flame and applying it straight from the pot and into the recesses. Take your time with this step, as it is worth it to be neat at this point. However, if you do make a mistake, that's completely okay. Just tidy back up with the previous steps. Being neat always helps to lift your models and really make them stand out on the gaming table or in the display cabinets. With that step complete, we can leave our void armor there. This is perfect for getting your models on the board and playing games. However, if you want, we can push our orange further by adding some highlights, so keep watching to find out more. We're now going to use a small layer brush to edge highlight the void armor with Ushabti Bone. Try and use the side of your brush here to pick out all the edges. This will help to keep your highlight lines nice and consistent. We're using Ushabti Bone because it's a great neutral highlight color that works well with orange. Remember that you don't have to pick out every edge highlight if you don't want to. Just focus on the most prominent edges. For this video, we'll show you what it looks like with all the edges picked out. And with that complete, our vibrant orange void armor for the Trans-Hyperion Alliance is done. Now this scheme can be used on a variety of other models and armies across Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000. Here is a quick snapshot of some of the models painted in this scheme. You can see that our Tyranid Neurogorn's carapace has been picked out. Vibrant orange is really great for the Tyranids because they are a horde army, and they will really stand out all together on the battlefield. We've also painted the cloth on this Lumineth Realm Lord. This color scheme works really well with cloth because it shades and highlights the details naturally. For more tutorials, tips and tricks, check out citadelcolor.com or go to your local Warhammer store where our amazing staff will be happy to help you. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this video and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye!